the Local Agency Formation Commission agenda for Monday, January 9th, 2023 to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ward,
Here.
Commissioner McGorty,
Here.
Commissioner Roden,
Here.
Commissioner Mulhern,
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez. I could not hear anything.
He's here. We have a new system in the chambers.
Hitting the wrong
Okay,
button.
sorry. Commissioner Winkle? And I do see him on the video.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Haschak? And we do have a quorum. For the record, alternate Commissioner Gonzalez is seated as a regular member. And staff present includes Executive Officer Uma Hinman, Clerk Analyst Larkin Filer, and Legal Counsel Marcia Birch.
Thank you very much. Item number 2, AB 361, remote teleconferencing action. Pursuant to AB 361, the Commission will consider the status of the ongoing emergency and facts related to the health and safety of meeting attendees due to COVID-19 and consider Resolution 2022-2308, making further findings related to holding this Commission meeting via a hybrid model, including by teleconference pursuant to the provisions of Government Code Section 54953E. Moving on to item number 3, public expression. The Commission welcomes participation in the LAFCO meeting. Any person may address the Commission on any subject within the jurisdiction of LAFCO which is not on the agenda. There is a 3-minute limit and no action will be taken at this meeting. Do we have any public expression in the room? Not seeing any. Do we have any public expression on Zoom? Uma, did you have a?
Yes, I believe on item 2, we need a motion and
Oh.
a vote.
So moved.
I
I'll
apologize.
second.
Thank you.
Gonzalez seconds.
Do we need a roll call for that then as well?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that, Larkin. I was jumping ahead.
No problem. Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner McGorty,
Yes.
Commissioner Roden,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
and Chair Mulhern.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Okay, item number 3, public expression. There was no public expression in the room. I don't see any hands raised on Zoom unless Larkin, you can see any.
I do not see any.
Okay, well then we will move on to item number 4, other business, and we are going to switch items 4B and 4A and first do the oath for incoming alternate special district member Francois Christian.
Yes.
Please, yes, thank you.
So I, Francois Christian, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties which I am about to enter, in testimony whereof I have affixed my hand. I guess I have to sign this, right? Or, I
Yes,
don't know.
yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that it?
Thank you.
thank you. Mari, go ahead.
I was wondering, Mr. Kristen, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to us. I might be the only one who doesn't know you.
Oh,
your interest in
yes,
being an
sure.
alternate on LAFCO. and so-
Delighted to do that. I'm a resident of Philo in the Anderson Valley. My wife and I built a house in that area 20 years ago, I guess. And we've become immersed in the community. I'm originally from Canada, hence the weird French name. And went to UCLA for graduate school and worked in various industries in the Bay Area. And decided to retire up here, and we love it.
Well, welcome to LAFCO.
Thank you.
You represent Anderson Valley,
I'm a CSD,
CSD?
representative.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good, thank you.
You.
Thank you, and we'll take one moment to go ahead and let you have a seat up here
Oh,
on the
thank you.
dais, please. Thank you.
Quite relieved that the roads.
You might give them the information on the mute button.
Okay, moving on to item 4A, public member appointment. And today we are considering the appointment of Gerald Ward to the LAFCO regular public member term of January 2023 through December of 2026. And do I need a motion for approval? Commissioner?
So move.
Oh, thank you.
We
Commissioner
don't make a
McGuirty.
nomination. But anyway, I support Mr. Ward's continuing as the public member representative to LAFCO.
And I would second that.
Thank you. I do believe that he was our only person that stepped forward, so we appreciate
The only sucker.
his service to the LAFCO board very, very much. Uma, do we need a roll call vote on that as well then?
Yes.
Okay. Larkin, would you mind doing a roll call, please?
Certainly. Commissioner McGuirty,
Yes.
Commissioner Roden,
Yes.
Commissioner Kristen,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
and Chair Mulhern.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Motion passes
Thank
unanimously.
you all. Your support.
Yeah,
Welcome
thank you.
back, yeah.
Thank you very much. We are going to move on to item 4C, the Interim Policies and Procedures Committee appointment. So currently, let's back up. Last year, the 2022 Policies and Procedures Committee consisted of Commissioners Fromberger, Gonzalez, and Mulhern. And Commissioner Fromberger is no longer on the board, so we are hoping to have one nomination for this committee, as we will likely be considering how we move forward out of hybrid meetings. So are there any volunteers? I'd like to ask Commissioner Gonzalez if you'd like to continue to be on this committee.
I would.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Roden.
Yeah, I'm also very interested in participating.
Okay,
And do you want to be on two committees?
I'm fine with being on two committees.
Okay.
So,
Because normally people usually didn't want, we spread it out, but that's fine if you want to do it.
great. So it seems as though Commissioner Roden has volunteered, so I'm just looking for a motion to appoint her.
I'm so moved.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please, Larkin?
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner McGuirty,
Yes.
Commissioner Roden,
Yes.
Commissioner Kristen,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
and Chair Mulhern.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, Commissioner.
In our executive meeting today, are we talking about the policy and procedures?
We will be discussing AB 2449, which will likely be a direction from the executive committee to the policies and procedures
Okay,
committee.
that was the correlation, okay.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 5, the consent calendar. The following consent items are expected to be routine and non-controversial and will be acted on by the commission in a single action without discussion unless a request is made by a commissioner or a member of the public for discussion or separate action. This is item 5A, December 19th, 2022 regular meeting summary, and item 5B, the December 2022 claims and financial report. Are there any commission members with questions or comments on these items?
I do on 5B.
Commissioner Ward?
Number 1, do you know why they were so late in charging us for the July meeting costs? They just billed us for July and November. I just wondered.
Correct. I'm not sure the holdup, but we did get 3 invoices this last month for, to cover time back through June for July.
Okay. And then on, what's the status of our clerk? Because I notice you're doing bookkeeping now.
Correct.
Do we have any applicants yet? Because it's a much cheaper cost if we use a bookkeeper. Does the clerk doing the bookkeeping?
We have not yet started a recruitment process for an assistant for that role yet.
Okay, and then on your billing again, I think it was your billing or the recap, you didn't have bookkeeping separate out, but you do have it on the other one, so you're really trying to confuse me.
I'll be careful about that. Thank you.
And then lastly, on our council Brown's invoicing, there was a 60 minute, 6.6 hours for the out-of-service area agreement. Shouldn't that be billed directly to the districts in the city?
Thank you. Yes, I'll work with them to revise that for the next one.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
I move approval of the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Thank you. I will ask if there's any public comment on the consent calendar. Seeing no one in the room, and Larkin, would you mind, is there anybody on Zoom with questions on the consent calendar?
I do not see any.
Okay, thank you. So we do have a motion and a second. If we could have roll call?
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner Kristen,
Yes.
Commissioner Roden,
Yes.
Commissioner McGordy,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
and Chair Mulhern.
Yes. Item
And the
6.
motion, passes
okay.
unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item 6A has been pulled, so we won't be having any discussion on that item today. It will come back at a future meeting, I'm assuming at our next meeting. And we will move on to,
Can I have a question on that? I know it's on the agenda still. I know we're not going to take action, but has all the parcels that are having the service, are they being approved by the owners, or the ownership have to be approved of the parcels?
Yes, the owners are involved in the whole process,
Okay.
yes, with the city.
Are there any other parcels in there that would like to have the sewer system? It's not included.
I'm not sure. That's something that we can go over in our coordination meetings with the applicant.
Okay, that's all I have.
thank you.
We'll talk to that next meeting then. It'll be on the agenda next meeting, you think?
I believe so. We have to do the public noticing again, but we will do that, yeah.
Thank you. There are no workshops. There are no matters for discussion and possible action, so we'll move on to the information and report items, starting with 9A, the work plan, current and future proposals. Executive Director Uma Hinman.
Thank you, Chair Mulhern. We do have a number of applications that we're working on. The out-of-area service agreement for the City of Ukiah and the Sanitation District is been our priority, and we hope to bring that back at the next regular meeting. We have several other applications, the City of Ukiah's annexation of the Western Hills property, the City of Ukiah's annexation of city-owned properties, and the Elk Community Services District activation of latent powers for wastewater services. Those are all incomplete pending a tax share agreement, and we have no updates on the status of that tax share agreement at this time. We also are anticipating an application from the Anderson Valley Community Services District for annexation of the sphere of influence for fire services.
Update on that. I talked to the fire chief, and he's been slammed, so he hasn't been able to complete the application, but he should get it done by the end of the month. And he explained to me that there was somewhat less urgency because we can't, something to do about being in last November for some taxation revisions and so on, and we have to wait till the following cycle, which I think next November. So, sorry about that. I hope this is appropriate to bring this up at this time.
Thank you. As far as the work plan, we did complete the City of Ukiah and the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District MSR and sphere updates, and those have been finalized and are located on our website. We'll be talking with the executive committee in the upcoming meetings about implementing the rest of the work plan. And I have nothing further unless there are questions.
Commissioner Ward?
Do you, people from the county, do you have any update on the tax sharing agreement? It's been going on way, way, way too long.
It's been going on for 6 months.
Well,
Considering
longer than that.
it has been going on for longer than that. So I'm on that committee with Supervisor Jurdy, and so we have met with all 4 cities, have come to the board members with a master tax sharing proposal. We are now in the process of reviewing that both internally and with our legal counsel, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward with that very, very soon, hopefully within the first quarter of the year.
Very good. So right now, we have 3 applications that require tax sharing. Does the Anderson Valley change, does that require a tax share as well?
Yes, it will.
So that makes 4 that
Understood.
get hung up. What about Millview County, Millview Water District on their annexation?
They had a pre-application request in which we had provided some feedback to them and participated in the CEQA process, providing comments on that, but we have no formal application for annexation from Millview yet.
'Cause that's another one that's going on 2 years now. Not that it takes up paper, it's just reviewing these every month, and it just seems like we don't get anywhere. The last question I have is, where are we at with our, well, I'll do it later.
Okay.
Okay, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Nothing to add, thank you.
Are there any questions in the room regarding the work plan? And I don't see any questions on Zoom. So we'll move on to 9B, correspondence. Have we received any correspondence?
None to note.
Thank you. 9C, CALAFCO business and legislative report.
The only thing I have to note is that the updated Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg Act guidelines has been completed for 2022 and is available on their website and will be linked to our website as well. So under the policies link on our website, there will be a direct link to that document.
Thank you. Moving on to the executive officer's report verbal. Did you have something you wanted to add?
I do, thank you. The deadline for the special district election regular seat, those ballots are due on January 16th, so next Monday by 5 p.m. Again, this is the election for the regular member term 2023 to 2026. We'll be starting the election process for the remainder of the regular special district seat that was previously held by Commissioner Orth. We'll be doing that in the next week. Wanted to also help advertise that County Council is hosting a free Brown Act and ethics training, and that will be on January 25th, and it will be held virtually. If there's interest, please let me know, and I can provide that sign-in information.
Question? Do we have to do that every couple of years, or is it, once you do it, you're done?
I believe it's every 2 years.
So probably do then.
Okay. And we did share that with our member agencies, the special districts, and the city as well.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to note that there is an executive committee meeting following our regular meeting today. The executive committee, as a reminder, is made up of the commission officers, which at this time are Chair Mulhern and Vice Chair Treasurer Ward. And that will be held in Conference Room B.
Thank you.
And that's all I have.
Okay. Then we will move on to committee reports. Executive Committee Policies and Procedures and Work Plan Ad Hoc. Since we haven't had any meetings yet, I don't know if anybody has a report from a committee. I'm not seeing anybody. Moving on to item 9F, Commissioner Reports, Comments, or Questions.
I have a comment.
Okay, Commissioner Ward.
What did we call the accounting from the auditor controller? What's that report we get each month?
The Munis report?
Munis report. Do you know why we're so late from Ms. Cumberson providing that information from the auditor?
It's something we'd all like to know.
I thought you were going to say that.
I do know that they have been working to close last fiscal year, but maybe there's somebody in the executive office fiscal team that can work with UMA to be able to get you the information that is in the report. I do know that there was some end-of-the-year closures and reporting that needed to happen at the auditor, treasurer, tax collector's office, but I'm not sure if the information that's in Munis that the fiscal team can get would actually be able to help.
Yeah.
So we can see if there's an alternative way to get that information.
If it's in Munis, it should be accessible.
Well, we haven't received it in 4 months.
The last one we received was a draft for June of last year.
Yeah, so we don't have an idea where we're at with our receivables. And we don't even know who's paid and who's not paid our LAFCO fees. So and we're getting into the 5 more months for the next fiscal year ending. So it's just something I know it's a concern. It's going to be a real concern here pretty soon. I think we have enough to take out another 50, 60,000, but I have no idea.
We do start our budget cycles soon too, so that would be helpful.
Thank you. I will work with our executive director for LAFCO and the executive office fiscal team to try to figure out if there's a way that we can get that information. And if not, at least we can try to get a timeline and a response from the auditor, treasurer, tax collector's office.
I'll try to go see her too and see. She's been pretty forthright with me, so maybe I'll find out when she can give me that information. That's all I had.
Commissioner Roden?
Yeah, I was wondering, Executive Officer Hinman, what are the logistics of doing the district voting? You know, what do you mail to the districts, and is it is it district board members that vote, or, I mean, I just kind of am curious about how that worked. I never knew.
Sure. We do send out a notice asking for nominations, and that goes out via certified mail to all of the special districts. And then the board members of those districts make a nomination, send those in, we collect the nominations. And then if there is more than one nomination received for any one seat, then that triggers the election process. So we develop and then send out ballots to all of the special districts. And then those special district boards vote to send it, vote for the ballot.
So
and
it's
then
just
send it
one
in.
ballot per district?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
now I get it.
And we are required to have a quorum for that election to be valid, and that was the reason for the extension of 60 days.
A quorum for the, you mean,
We have to
so
have-
what's the number that you, like
So
a
we have-
majority or something?
Correct. We have 49 independent special districts, so we need 25 votes, ballots.
And so is anyone from staff following up to the ones we haven't heard from? How is that working?
We send out reminders every 2 weeks, and some of the commissioners have been reaching out, and some of the actually agency staff have been reaching out to the other special districts to try to collect those votes, those ballots. We do have a quorum for this one. We just received the 25th ballot last week. So now we'll be able to start the next election process.
Thank you for that.
Do you have any suggestions on improving the system? Because this has been a problem as long as I can remember, getting them
It has.
timely.
It has. I think, we did work with a number of general managers who were willing to do outreach to the special districts, and that did seem to bring in a flurry of ballots. So I think that we can maybe do some additional outreach to the staff of the special districts to get that on their agenda. That's the only other thing I can think of at this time.
Same way with getting the mayors together to get a city rep as well. Seems like it takes forever.
Is there an update from the city selection committee on when it's meeting?
I don't know, but I know that City Manager San Giacomo I talked to him a few weeks ago about this, and he was going to contact the executive office. I don't know what the status is.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner McGorty, did you have a commissioner report?
I do have a report, but I wanted to talk to our counsel, Marcia, about this. I'd like to make a comment on item 6A. Is that okay, or should we? Or should we?
I made a
Because
comment.
we removed it from the agenda, I don't think it's appropriate to engage a discussion on it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We are complete with the meeting, so I guess I'm looking for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I'll second.
In your entire life?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the commissioners that drove all the way here for this meeting. I think we appreciate you. And thanks for joining us on Zoom as well, everybody.
Yeah, we're done. The city of Ukiah.